Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're tackling a foundational challenge in modern architecture, and honestly, it's a real game changer. We're talking about bringing isolated pockets of intelligence together. Based on Anand Vemula's recent brilliant tutorial, we're going to explore exactly how to connect an AI agent directly to an MCP server. Okay, let's dive into this and set the stage for our architectural journey.
Here's the blueprint for today's explainer. We're going to start with bridging intelligence, then look at our two core components, the AI agent and the MCP server. From there, we'll cover exactly how to connect them, and finally, we'll zoom out and look at the big picture in the tech horizon.
So, Section 1, Bridging Intelligence.
Now, we absolutely have to give a huge shout out to Anand Vemula's Tech Horizon channel for establishing this essential framework. His tutorial provides the bedrock for treating the integration of these systems as a vital bridge. I want you to picture this, all right? Imagine two massive, completely distinct land masses. On one side, you've got this incredible autonomous potential, a neural engine capable of some seriously deep reasoning. But then, way over on the other side, you have the robust execution tools and local data that you actually need to perform complex, real-world tasks. Right now, there's a wide gap of water between them. They're completely isolated from one another because of structural and security boundaries. They desperately need a bridge. And you know what? That conceptual bridge is the precise connection methodology we're breaking down today.
Let's move to Section 2, the AI agent, and see how this builds.
So what is it? An AI agent is basically the isolated intelligence system that desperately needs a designated connection point. Think back to that starting shore in our metaphor. This agent, it can reason, it can process natural language, it can formulate these really complex multi-step decisions, but fundamentally, it's operating in a silo. Without a structured connection point, it's essentially a brain sitting in a jar. It might have the exact instructions needed to execute a workflow, but it totally lacks a tangible pathway, like an API, a webhook, or a specialized execution layer to actually interact with the broader environment. It's primed, it's ready to reach out, but it needs a conduit to turn all that brilliant logic into actual action.
Which brings us across the gap to Section 3, the MCP server.
The MCP server, or Model Context Protocol server, is the target destination framework designed to receive the AI agent's connection. If our agent is the starting shore, the MCP server is the unshakable foundation on the receiving end. The Model Context Protocol is absolutely critical here, guys, because it standardizes how AI models access data and tools. This server houses the secure environment, the local file structures, and the exact execution tools the agent needs to become truly useful. Its entire architectural purpose is to act as this universal plug, catching the connection that the agent throws across the gap, and then seamlessly translating the agent's intent into executable commands within a local or cloud ecosystem.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the deep contrast here. You have the AI agent functioning purely as the dynamic origin point, and the MCP server standing as the structured destination framework. Understanding this polarity, that is the absolute secret to a Anand architecture. On one side, you have the active initiator. It's stateless, it's reasoning-heavy, and entirely dynamic. On the other side, you have the receptive host, stateful, tool-rich, and deeply integrated into your secure data environment. They are fundamentally different entities, right? They have entirely different security and operational profiles. And that exact polarity is exactly why bridging them securely via a standardized protocol unlocks so much power. You get the best of cognitive reasoning paired with the absolute best of structured execution.
All right, let's get tactical with Section 4, how to connect them.
Here is the exact methodology for fulfilling our primary goal today. Step 1, isolate the AI agent. You literally must clearly define the boundaries of your origin point. Technically speaking, this means defining the model system prompt, its specific reasoning capabilities, and strictly scoping what it's actually allowed to ask for. Step 2, target the MCP server. You have to perfectly define the destination framework. This involves configuring the Model Context Protocol to expose only the specific APIs, local databases, or command line tools that you want the agent to access. Security first, for sure. And step 3, establish the connection. This is where the magic happens. You route the isolated intelligence directly into the server framework. You configure the agent's SDK to utilize the MCP's standardized protocols for data access. So the agent sends a structured request, the MCP server translates it, executes the tool, and returns the real-world context right back to the agent. 3 logical, highly technical steps to take 2 isolated systems and turn them into a single, functional continent.
And finally, Section 5, the Tech Horizon.
And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate goal of this entire process, the connected horizon or bridged intelligence realized. Once you execute those 3 connection steps and properly configure your model context protocol, you fundamentally change the landscape of your architecture. You move from this fragmented setup to a fully integrated, incredibly secure ecosystem. Think about it. The agent is no longer an isolated brain in a jar. The server is no longer just a collection of idle databases and dormant tools. By standardizing the way they communicate, they become a unified, bridged intelligence. They're capable of autonomously reading context, reasoning through problems, and executing secure, local actions exactly as you envisioned.
Anand Vemula's tutorial isn't just about plugging one thing into another, you know? It's about fundamentally expanding what your systems can do through standardized protocols. So, the crucial point is, what new capabilities does this bridged intelligence unlock for the future of your own tech stack? Are you going to connect an agent to your local code base, maybe to your customer service database? Or what about your automated deployment pipelines? Now that you know how to build the bridge between an isolated AI agent and a robust MCP server, the only limit is what you choose to connect next. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today. I really hope you leave here eager to start building.